Hi there and welcome to the Shu Rayner Drawing School, and today I'm going to show you how to do fancy happy birthday writing, but let's not talk about it, let's do it. Okay, well let's get going, and I'll just mark the edges so I can see what's going on. Now that's going to be about the middle, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a kind of an S shape. Oh, I think I got the paper upside down, I've got the wrong side. I've just done a version of this. I just started doing another video of this and I spelled it wrong. So I had to start again. There's kind of one of my big problems is when I do things like this, I do a beautiful bit of work and then I find I've spelt it wrong. I mean, how silly. Anyway, let's go. H-A-P-P-Y, fairly sure that's right. P-I-R-T-H-D-A-Y, that's about right. I think I can move this along a bit like that. Okay, if you draw very lightly, then you're going to be able to erase it afterwards, and this will give you a kind of feeling for spacing, kind of like that. And then let's see, happy birthday Adam. Who's Adam? Well, Adam is my daughter's godfather, an old friend, and he's a very difficult person to think up birthday presents for, because he's kind of got everything and done everything, and so I thought this was something different. I'll dedicate a YouTube video to him. So here we go. I got to concentrate now in case I spell it wrong. So here, like that. Now if I'm making this look easy, it's because I've got a lifetime's experience of doing this. And if you want to get good at doing lettering, you just have to do it a lot. Okay, happy. And I think I would probably do it an awful lot better if I wasn't feeling rushed at the time for doing a video. So that's where I went wrong last time. I turned that into an R. So let me concentrate. Let me get this right. T H D A Y. There we are. Good. That's all there. And what was I saying? Let me just get this bit right so I don't make any spelling mistakes. How do you learn about typefaces? Well, I was a sign writer many years ago. I used to climb up outside people's shops and store fronts and paint their names on. And now make sure this is completely dry before you erase it. I'm using a rotary Tikographic pencil, which I know the ink dries quite quickly, but even so, look, there's a little bit there. I should have waited that moment longer. Sometimes I use a hairdryer. Yeah, I used to climb up outside people's shops and write their names and things like that. And if you're kind of painting letters every day, you really kind of get inside the letter and kind of get to understand it. And then I spent quite a long time in printing, designing stuff for print, and just trying to find typefaces. That was quite an interesting thing. People would say, "Oh, can you do some letterheads for us?" And they'd give you a copy of their old one, which is all looking tatty, and you'd have to kind of work out what the typeface was. So I spent hours. I used to go to bed with typeface books when I was young and just stare at typefaces and kind of get to understand their little ins and outs. Now what I'm doing here is I'm kind of doing these little lines, but then I'm making them thinner and further apart as I go up, which gives a kind of a graduated effect, like that, and just makes it look a bit more interesting, really. And there we go. Now I'm going to put a few little stars around the place. If you don't know how to do stars like this, I did a video. Search my name and the word stars and you'll find it somewhere. Okay, so if you draw those, then you can draw around them like that. Okay, or you might just get really good at being able to draw them straight off. It's just practice, like everything. I always say practice, practice, practice. So, who's Uncle Adam? Have I told you already? I started in my other video, so I can't remember what I've said now. And I'll just rub those pencil lines out from there. And you see, I should have waited for it to dry a bit more, but never mind. Uncle Adam, he's my daughter's godfather, and he's kind of done everything in life, and lived a quite extraordinary, kind of interesting life. When you phone him up, you're never quite sure which part of the world he's going to be in, but right at the moment he's stuck at home, as I understand it, because he's broken his leg, broken his foot. Someone, or I haven't quite got the story right yet, and let's put some little curly whirly woohoos like that going in there. Haven't quite got the story right, but I think somebody or whatever. Anyway, he had it was either a taxi ran over his foot, or he ran his motorbike over his foot, something like that. So I'm just putting all these little whooshes in, kind of like, just to kind of make it look more exciting. How are we doing? 6 minutes. Okay. Now I'm just going to colour in some of the I can't find my brush. I found my brush. There we go. I've got my watercolour paints here, and that ding-a-ling-a-ling noise is the sound of me washing my brush out in my jam jar. I don't know. Do you call it a jam jar? I don't know. This is such an international thing. This jam jar is a glass jar that jam comes in. Do you even call it jam? I don't know. What do we call it? What do we call jam? I'm trying to think what the Americans call it. Jelly, don't they? Like peanut butter and jelly. We would call it peanut butter and jam. But we don't eat peanut butter and jam, so that's I think most people in England, if you said, would you like peanut butter and jam, they would go, ugh! They would think it's the most horrible idea. And I'm trying to think if I don't think I've ever actually tried it. Perhaps I should. I will try. I don't know if we got any peanut butter in the house. I will try having peanut butter and jam, and I will call it jelly. We called jelly is a different thing. The America called well, we called jelly. I think the Americans called Jello, I think. But then also we would have a kind of a jelly, which is kind of like a jam, but it's not. This is very confusing, isn't it? So kind of a jelly is a clear fruit preserve kind of thing, and then it's the kind of thing that you would have with your meal. So if you were having meat, then you would have jelly rather than jam, because jam still has the pips and the bits in. Does that make any kind of sense at all? So hang on. So I'm going to just do some bright yellow stars. Things like that, bright yellow stars, and kapow, 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 kapow. And then I think I'm going to do a tiny bit of shading. In fact, this is probably where I'm going to ruin it all. Yeah, I think I probably am. So a little bit of shading like that, which just kind of lifts it off the page. Like that. And bit there, bit there, bit there. And I'm running out of time, so I'm just going to kind of put a little bit under there like that. And then I'll do some, just a bit of different colour. And I'm just going to do like that. So this is just a bit of fun, give you some ideas if you want to do a fun birthday card for somebody and you don't know how to kind of make it look more exciting inside. And maybe just some little some pew pew, and just these little things just kind of brighten it up. And there you go. So what you can do finally is, while that's still wet, just drop a little bit of darker, some more solid colour into that. You could do this with crayons as well if you like, or felt tip pens. I think the nice thing about the pens I use is that they're dry waterproof, so I can colour over the top. So don't be surprised if you start felt tipping and things like that and you find it all starts going a bit messy. Put all those ones in. There we go. Hope you enjoyed that. Happy birthday, Uncle Adam. If you enjoyed that, keep coming back to the Shoe Rainer Drawing channel on YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe. Press that button up there. Have a good time. Have a happy birthday, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.